Hey guys, what is up? Here's today's Smart Money Sunday episode. We're going to be going over a couple pairs. We're not going to get really in depth with anything, nothing crazy. We're just going to give you guys some of the general things we're looking at and a couple potential trades that we will be looking for if we get lower time frame confirmations. So I'm going to start off with GBP USD. Well, actually, it would make more sense for me to start with the dollar index. So dollar index, right? Go down to DXY right here. So what we did is we had all of these equal lows last week that we came into and swept. So after sweeping these, we just pretty much mooned and didn't pull back after breaking this structure here. So we clearly were following some counter trend structure that we broke, and now we have just come into another higher time frame point of interest, which is why we're kind of reacting right now. But we never got a pullback after this break of structure, which was a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. And the dollar did what we expected. It kind of took off from the level that we were expecting. We again had all of these equal lows that we took out with one swift movement and then broke structure and came up to a higher time frame point of interest. So now what we're looking for, honestly, is lower time frame. We are bullish. So if we go to the 4 hour even, you can kind of see it. Yes, this is one big leg. So we could come up into discounted prices. I don't think I have them on my fib, but discounted prices would really be up in here. The 78.6 is probably right at 93.70. So we could come up into here, but I think that we are going to pull back a bit before we do that. We could pull back into maybe this level here. So before this continuation to the upside, we had some selling here that we need to come back down to and then head up from right here. So again, we had the selling, we came into this level. So I will be looking for price to come into here and then head up. I doubt it's going to come all the way back down to this level in here. It could, and if it does, I will be looking to buy it again, but I highly doubt that we get this retracement here. And one thing to note is people were buying off of this trend line here, right? Boom, boom, boom. Take them out, take this liquidity out as well, these equal lows, and then head higher. So I think for the week, the dollar is strong. We'll probably see. So this is a 4 hour time frame. So for the week, by the middle of the week, we could come into here, and by the end, we could start making our push up into, like I said, probably up into this region of price, because what we had was relatively equal highs taken out with this, kind of strange movement. But nevertheless, this took out all this liquidity here. This took this here, these highs, and then we shorted off from there. So I think that we need to come back up. So my outlook on the dollar is maybe a little bit of weakness to start the week, but I think that in the end, we are going to see some dollar strength. And I think that a really reasonable level for price to come into is probably within here. So 93.7, again, that's where I'm looking for the dollar to come to. So it might start off the week with some XXX USD longs and then USD XXX shorts. But we do have a couple things we're looking at on the dollar pairs that would be a little bit contradictory to that. So maybe we will just continue to the higher time frame point of interest up here. Now, looking at AUDJPY. So what did we do? I had this level marked off. We came into this, all of this buying pressure here. And what did we have before that? Well, we had all this liquidity resting here, right? Liquidity, swept with this movement. Now, what do? After we sweep that liquidity, we break structure to the downside right here and then here. So we had several breaks of structure. This selling off really took off a lot of structure within this. People were buying on this trend line. They all got taken out. And now we are coming back up to this price. Really, I'd like to see us come to 83.8. I think that that is a reasonable level to look for shorts. And just another thing to notice with this is that this movement took out this wick high and it took out this wick high. So really, if you wanted to, you could take this all the way over to here, because this is kind of the same area of interest in the market. We had all these highs that we swept, right? Stopping people out, and then we broke structure to the downside, confirming that we are likely going to go short. And we also swept this high out by just a little bit. So people selling here and here got stopped out. People selling here got stopped out. Now it would make sense for price to come up into here and then short off. So that is what I'm looking for on AUDJPY. I expect it to come down to 82.435. So even if you took it from my point of interest, which I'm not going to mark up because it's a bit specific, but here to down here would be a 1 to 5. So that's something that we are looking at. That is not a signal. That is just an idea and just something that we are watching out for. So that's what we have on AUDJPY. Now moving on, we have we did the index. I thought I clicked the up arrow. So now we have USDCAD. We are looking for longs on USDCAD. We had, So we had all of this liquidity here, equal lows, right? Taken out over here with this movement. The labeling of the schematic really isn't important because that's not what we cover here. So I'm just going to get rid of it. But this, we had equal lows, equal lows, equal lows, equal lows. People were just buying, buying, buying. Boom, take them out, right? Take them out, break structure here. Now, what do? We generate more equal lows that we are simply taking out at the moment. It wasn't a violent move to the downside that took these, but nevertheless, it was a sweep of all these lows. So people are buying, buying, buying. Boom, take them out, come into here. This is my point of interest, just somewhere within this region, all of this. So it's a big region to be looking at, but this is the general spot I'm looking for a reaction in. And I'm going to wait for a lower time frame confirmation to really refine my entries. We could target much higher, because what this is so people are likely selling off of this here. So now they're selling again. What do? We have relatively equal highs all within here, really. So relatively equal highs. And now I think that we could shoot up in price maybe into this, because this is just a really large wick on pretty much all time frames, I do believe. 15 minutes, a really large wick. So there is some buying pressure that is stuck within here that I think we need to come back to. Like I said, people are probably just selling this trend line here. Boom, 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 sell again, right? And then I think that we're just going to come into here and continue up. I really don't think that we're going to short off. We took so many equal lows here, and then we broke structure and kind of continued up, and then we have equal lows here as well that we're just slowly but surely taking out. And I'll look for a lower time frame confirmation to enter this trade. But that is what we are looking for on USDCAD. Now, NZDJPY, we have this amazing trend line here that has actually been holding for some reason. So people are buying. I honestly think that this is about to get taken out. We've had a lot of consolidative price action, and I think that it's time for at least this to get swept out. I would be surprised if we do not come and just take all of this. There's also a lot of inefficiency on the higher time frames within this region. So all of this like that. We have, this is just a lot of buying on the higher time frames. So we have an inefficiency in the market within this range. And we also took all of these highs here before this movement, and this movement here is really just a sweep of all of this highs, 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 right? You can just go through and mark them off. So let me get rid of this one so it's easier. So we had highs there. We had this high. We had these highs, right? All of them taken out by this movement. And then what do? We broke structure. Now, coming into it, what do we expect? We're consolidating in price, but I completely expect price to at least react off of this level here. So 78 flat, really, I want price to come up into there and then chop around and give me a lower time frame confirmation. And I think that we could reasonably target these equal lows here. We have so many lows here. People are buying, buying, buying. And I think that once price comes into here, we are going to see up here specifically. Once price gets up here, we are going to see some kind of reaction down into 77.2. So that's what we are looking at on NZDJPY. EURCAD, we are looking for continued shorts. If price can pull back, it looks very clear or very good on the 4-hour. So we just had these highs, boom, these highs, boom, taken out. Just a really clear manipulative push right here. And then it would be great if price could come up into this level and then continue short, because we've been in a massive downtrend for quite some time, really starting here. So from about the middle of December, so a few months, and then we've just, like I said, been going down and down and down. Here's a trend line that I think we might sweep and then come back into in short off from up here. So we have these highs that would get taken out if we pull back. We had these highs that were taken out. So I think that if we can get some type of push up into 1532, a nice psychological level, we could really get some selling coming back into this. I mean, it's been selling off strongly, but swing target could really be all the way down here, because we had all these equal lows. People were buying off of, buy, 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 buy. What do? Take them out. After we take them out, we head up. This is just ugly price action, but now we are shorting off steadily, and I honestly think that we are going to come into this region here. So that is what we are looking for on EURCAD. Now going to GBP USD, this is a very clear example of manipulation. What do? People are selling here, 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 and then they also were selling from this point, sold off again, right? And then we had these highs that really didn't get taken out, but what's important to note here is that we had, so this movement here came into this, this, and then this movement here also came into this. It probably came into something on the smaller time frames, or it came into something within here. But what did we do? People sold here, double top, came to test it one more time right here. So now people are convinced that this is resistance, and then we sell off one more time before taking everybody out. And we also had liquidity down here that we have officially run, and now we are just shorting off. So I want price to trickle back up into here, probably into about 1397 psychological level, and then short off. So I think that that could be a really good level to take a trade from. Could honestly take it down into here. We had this selling volume to buy back up. So I think that for the week, price will probably come up here, chop around because it is a point of interest, and then head down to here. So that's what we're looking for on GBP USD. And then this is the last thing that we were looking at, but has now been invalidated. So really, that is it for this week, or at least for tonight. On Sunday nights, we typically don't see a ton, and if we do, we try to avoid it because of the time of day. It does work out at times, but we just for our own trading sake and our own rules, we don't like to trade on Sundays, so we're not going to be taking anything tonight. And if anything changes tomorrow, we're going to be looking at it actively. We're going to be analyzing, and that's all reserved for our VIP group. We send them our analysis, we send them some trade ideas, and then we give them a directional bias for the rest of the week. So that's really all I have for you guys for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found everything helpful. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to message us on Telegram. We hope you all have a great trading week, and would like to again just thank you for watching our videos as always. So have a great week, guys. We will talk to you all soon.